What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into the final issue of DCeased War of the Undead Gods. Issue number 8 is finally here. This limited series finally coming to a close, the epic conclusion right on the horizon. In the last issue, we saw many of our heroes being saved. Alfred Pennyworth, aka the Spectre, had gone to get the cure. In doing so, this saved the lives of many individuals, to include Damian Wayne. And even with this victory, there is still one final battle to be had. The battle with Erebos. Our heroes are planning to make the move and end all of this once and for all. And they have teamed up with some unlikely allies. More specifically, they have Ares, God of War, and Darkseid that are now fighting with them. This is a fight for survival. There is no good and evil. There are no supervillains and superheroes. This is a battle for life and death. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so our story is picking up on Earth 2. The cure has been given to everybody. The Kryptonians that were stuck in that bottle for so very long, they were released. This gave the heroes of Earth 2 the opportunity to fight back. An army of Kryptonians at their back. They were able to give everybody the life equation. This almost instantly reverses their zombification. And while this is a very joyous occasion, there are also those that have fallen. On this day, they buried mortals beside gods. And Death himself was there to mourn Highfather. And with the Black Racer here, our Batman Damian Wayne has a question for him, because he has an idea on how to end all of this. He has been thinking of a way to bring this to the source. He wants to take this fight to Erebos, the primordial deity. He is the personification of darkness, and the only thing that can destroy the darkness is light. So he has come to Black Racer just to see if his plan might work. After the conversation, he heads over to Cyborg. After his conversation with Black Racer, he believes that the answer to all of their issues, to solving all of this, is inside the mind of Cyborg. With Damian telling him the plan, we pick up a little bit later and we have got all the villains, all the heroes in one spot. They believe that they can take the fight to this deity. The only problem is Erebos lives, he exists outside of their universe. This means they're gonna have to travel through one of the Doom Tubes. To do this, they all have to be dead. Cyborg has been working on a workaround. He says that everything will be ready to go tomorrow. And they also believe that they have a weapon that will stop this deity from being able to escape. The idea is that they are gonna crack this deity open, and then they are gonna fly Warworld directly inside of it. To get this done, they are gonna have to attack on two different fronts. Darkseid saying that he will gladly face this deity. Guy Gardner making a joke. We see Guy Gardner hit with some Omega beams. And when the Supermen go to stop him, Guy Gardner says that he kinda had that coming. Poking fun at Darkseid was a level of stupid that even he should have been aware of. He fully acknowledges this and brushes it off. But Ares comes up to Darkseid and says that he doesn't understand the powers that are at play. That nobody can hold the attention of Erebos. Even Ares isn't dumb enough to face against a primordial deity. But the Black Racer steps in. He tells Ares that if you are to face this, you will not do it alone. That if you go to fight, death will follow war. And so, having him, Darkseid, and the Black Racer, Ares says that he will do this. This is where we see Batman and Wonder Woman having a conversation. Damian is asking Cassie to stay behind. There has to be a force to protect everything. And while the entire Green Lantern Corps is here, they have over 1,000 Kryptonians. Damian doesn't trust the Guardians, and these Kryptonians have been locked in a bottle until yesterday, with no powers and no fighting experience until they were released from that bottle. They are gonna need somebody to guide them, somebody to train them. There is nobody better to do this than Wonder Woman, and he's not trying to spare her from this fight. He is asking the greatest warrior to protect the entire universe. With their conversation coming to an end, we pick up with John and Damian. With everything going on, Damian just looking ragged as heck. John decided to bring him a gift. He brings him a new bat suit. But instead of all black, this suit is all white. They are facing a primordial deity tomorrow. He thought that the personification of darkness could face against the light night. And Damian says that this feels right. But no matter what happens tomorrow, they are going to win. That's what picks us up inside of Warworld. Cyborg operating everything. The plan here is to stop everybody's heart while they go through the Doom Tube. From Green Arrow to Darkseid, every hero will die for a moment. Every villain, every god. This will allow them to safely transport through the Doom Tube. When they get on the other side, we see them jolted back to life, with the Black Racer letting them know that they are here. They stand before Erebos, this Cthulhu-looking deity ready to fight. Ares and the Black Racer, they are the first to confront him, and so the old and the new gods, they bought them time. With Oliver Queen using the bow and quiver of Apollo, he pierces the darkness. And then our Kryptonians, our heroes, our Shazams, all of them hit with everything they have. The power of Shazam, the heat vision of 2 Kryptonians, the Omega beams of Darkseid, and Green Lantern's light. That's when Lobo comes in and he opens up this deity. This gives them the crack they need, and we see Warworld enter into this god. Inside of Warworld, we still have Cyborg and we have Batman. And when Cyborg goes to unleash the ultimate weapon, he finds that something is missing, almost as if it has been removed from him. His entire conversation with Damian is now missing. That's when he turns to Batman and asks what he has done. Batman goes on to say that Bruce was always a paranoid man. Cyborg was bonded with apocalyptic technology. So Batman didn't just hide a tracker in him. He had hacked into Cyborg years ago, and he left all that control with Damian. Damian had a theory that the anti-life virus leapt out of his mind. He needed the opposite, and he found it inside of Cyborg. He found the life equation. He extracted it, and then he erased it all from his systems. Now the life equation only exists in Damian. And while Cyborg tries to plead with him, he tries to let him know that you don't have to do this. But Damian tells him that you are the greatest technology of 2 worlds, his own brilliant mind and the calculating speed of Brainiac. To tell me if there is another way. Damian already knows the answer. There is no other way. It had to start with a life. It couldn't be any other way, and the Black Racer had confirmed this. As we see Damian begin to glow, it has already started. As soon as they entered the god, a chain reaction began. The heart of the anti-life equation and the life equation are about to collide. They have roughly 3 minutes to go. He tells Cyborg that they are gonna want to save me, but they can't. Everyone must go. When Cyborg says that he's not gonna leave him behind, Damian says that he never had a choice. He had already programmed his flight path. Saying goodbye to Victor Stone, we see Victor on the outside in space. Our Green Canary asking where the heck is Batman? John overhearing what had just happened. That there is no weapon and it has always been Damian. That he took the life equation, he activated it, and now there is about to be a big bang. Nothing is going to be able to survive what is coming. A universe is about to be born in Damian and Erebos. This will be expanding at the speed of light. That's when John gets on the comms, calling to his best friend. He tells Damian that he won't leave him, but Damian says that it's fine. He is already gone. even Darkseid goes ahead and gives some praise, saying that this is most impressive. And while they're not really seeking the validation of Darkseid, Damian does tell Oliver that you called all of this from the very beginning. On the day that his father had died, the day that Bruce had passed away, Oliver said Batman is gonna take this virus out. That what Batman does is sacrifice himself for the galaxy, outwitting an evil as old as the stars itself. And that is exactly what is about to happen. As this deity feels this growing inside of him, he knows something is coming. In his confusion, in his anger, we see Ares, the god of war. He pops like a freaking balloon. With Ares being down, they have just moments to escape. And this is where we see Erebos and Damian Wayne having a conversation. He tells Damian that this will also destroy you, and he is also willing to bargain. But Damian is not here to bargain. His father had been taken from him. His brothers had been taken from him. His friends have been hurt. So much has been taken from their world and universe. So when you ask me what it is I want nothing. That you have pissed off Damian Wayne, and there will be no bargain. This will simply be the end. John Kent on the outside, he is unwilling to leave his brother behind. But the Spectre lets it be known that you don't have to. The Spectre can take him to him. He can extract him right before the end. And so the two of them go in. Damian telling John that he can't be here. But the two of them, they wouldn't be anywhere else but right by his side. Promising Damian that neither of them are going to be hurt. They know that they can't save him. But what they can do is sit here by his side till the very end. Damian telling John that if he had told him, John would have never let him do this. And John says that he wouldn't have. But he was right about one thing. Damian Wayne was a great Batman. This is where we have the anti-life equation going full nuclear. We see the deity begin to explode from the outside. Spectre and Jonathan making it out in the last moments. This is the day that Alfred Pennyworth lost another son. Damian was born as an assassin. He was taught to kill. He was taught not to care for life. But he fought against everything he was taught. And at the very end, he saved all life. From time to time, Alfred the Spectre, he goes and visits the cosmos that had been made by Damian, the entire universe that came out of his death. He glides past its suns. He walks over its cooling planets. He had no idea how much a parent could sacrifice for a child. Not until he had his own did he understand what he would give up for them, what he would do if any harm ever came to them, how deeply he could miss them. Because they were his bats. They were his sons. They were his whole universe. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Finally bringing our story to a close. The universe has been saved, but it all came at a very heavy cost. Damian Wayne, the Batman, he sacrificed himself for everything. And he did it exactly as his father would have. Not telling Clark, not telling anybody. Just going out there and doing what was necessary to save everybody. He may have been raised as an assassin, but there was more of his father in him than anybody could have ever known. And not only did Damian save everybody of Earth 2, but he also created an entire universe. I think that's one of the most awesome things to come out of all of this, is that from Damian's death, he birthed an entire universe. And so when individuals like Alfred, they may miss Damian, they can go to this cosmos, they can go to this universe, and they can bask in the beauty, the planets, the suns, the asteroids. Every single bit of this is Damian. And it's not every day that you are getting props from freaking Darkseid. I was a little bit concerned that this may not land on the ending, but man, this story was absolutely phenomenal from issue number 1 to issue number 8. DCeased War of the Undead Gods, it just kept on giving. Now, don't get me wrong, DCeased, DCeased Unkillables, all of those were absolutely fantastic. It is such a rarity these days to get a storyline that continues on for so many issues, so many spin-offs. Yet it is still just such a phenomenal story. Amazing storytelling. I've said it 1,000 times, Tom Taylor knocks it out of the freaking park when it comes to these otherworld stories. When it comes to the post-apocalyptic. When it comes to the end of the world. If Tom Taylor is writing that story, you can guarantee that it is going to be phenomenal. The only disappointment from this is that this is the end of the story. There is always the possibility that we're gonna get some more in-between stories. But as it stands, we have gotten a beginning, we have gotten the middle, and now we have finally reached the end. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything that happened with DCeased War of the Undead Gods, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.